Gentlemen, do you want to make drinks just like James Bond? Have you ever wondered which drinks he's actually drinking in the books or the movies? Or have you ever been curious about what goes into these drinks to make them taste so good? Well, you're in luck because today we're doing something a little bit different. I'm launching a new series on this channel that will teach you how to make drinks just like James Bond. And today we're beginning with arguably the most iconic drink from the series, the Vesper Martini. So if you want to learn what makes these drinks special and how you can create them with the style and precision of Bond at home, then stick around because by the end of this video, you'll know how to make the perfect Vesper Martini just like 007. If that sounds interesting, then let's dive into it. Hi everyone, I'm Nick and welcome to Gents Club, where we put out weekly gentlemen's content. Today is going to be the first of many Drinking with James Bond videos. This idea came to me because a couple of years ago, a friend of mine actually bought me this book for my birthday. It's called Shaken, Drinking with James Bond and Ian Fleming, and it's the official cocktail book of 007. It features all the drinks ever shown in the Bond movies and in the Bond books. Gives some history on them, speaks about where they appear, and teaches you how to make them. I thought it might be fun to turn these into videos for all of you so you can learn to make them at home. Also, if any of you have been watching the podcast episodes where I sit down with successful men and chat with them over some tasty drinks, you'll notice that I've actually featured many of these drinks in the podcast itself and made these drinks for my guests. So if that interests you, subscribe to this channel so you can receive these videos each month. I'll be creating one every other Saturday. That way, all of you will be able to watch prior to any weekend shenanigans that you might get into, and so you can try them at home. As I mentioned, the first drink we'll be making is the iconic Vesper Martini. Named after the first ever Bond girl, Vesper Lynd, and featured in Casino Royale, this drink is perhaps the most famous drink in the Bond series. It makes its debut in the well-known scene where Bond is playing poker and he's just lost a hand to Le Chiffre. It's almost like he's purposely trying to make a statement by ordering this drink and comes up with it on the spot, noting later that it's not half bad and that he's going to have to think of a name for it.
3 measures of Gordon's, 1 of vodka, half a measure of quinoa Lillet, shake it over ice, and then add a thin slice of lemon peel.
Yes, sir.
You know, that's not half bad. I'm going to have to think up a name for that.
The Vesper Martini is a bit of a twist on a regular martini. Where a regular martini calls for either gin or vodka and dry vermouth, the Vesper Martini differs in that it has both gin and vodka and replaces the dry vermouth with quinoa Lillet, which was an aromatized wine from France infused with quinine. Unfortunately, quinoa Lillet was discontinued in 1986, but we have a few different options we can use to substitute the ingredient. We can either use Cocchi Americano, which closely replicates the engaging bitter notes as this book recommends, or we can also use Lillet Blanc, which is a sweeter wine-based version with reduced quinine content. This was the version that replaced quinoa Lillet in their product lineup, and it's the version I'll be using here today. Now, there's some speculation over how Ian Fleming actually came up with the name Vesper Martini. The actual meaning of the word Vesper goes back to Latin, where it means evening star, and Vespers are evening prayers. Apparently, Fleming came up with the name Vesper Lynd as he was on an old, isolated plantation house on the north coast of Jamaica and was served a cocktail of iced rum, fruit, and herbs. The butler that served this drink was said to have announced the cocktail by saying, "Vespers are served." Fleming was also reported to joke that Vesper Lynd sounded like West Berlin in a German accent, which would make a really good name for a Cold War double agent. There's also some speculation that Vesper Lynd was inspired by Christine Granville, who was a spy and Polish agent of the British Special Operations Executive during the Second World War. It's been rumored that Fleming had an affair with her and that her father's nickname for her was actually Vesperal. But it doesn't matter where the drink comes from, it just matters how you can make it. So let's jump in and show you how to make it up to Bond standards. To make this drink, you'll need some simple ingredients. First, you'll need a premium gin. In the movie, the gin that's used is Gordon's gin, and I actually have some of that here with me today. So I'll be using Gordon's. Second, you'll need some Russian vodka, and for that, I'll be using Stoli. Now, Stoli actually originated in the Soviet Union, but it's technically made today in Latvia. But I'm still going to use that one for this video. As I mentioned earlier, you'll also need Cocchi Americano or Lillet Blanc. That will substitute for the Quina Lillet. I'm going to be using Lillet Blanc. This is what it looks like. And finally, you will also need a lemon for the garnish and a lot of ice. So to make the martini, first, a key element of this drink is that it's served very cold. So what I've done is I've put this glass in my freezer for about 30 minutes. And I've also filled up my shaker cup here in advance with a ton of ice. It even recommends in the book here that you fill it up to right up to the brim. Okay, so we want to start off with the gin. So we're going to take our Gordon's gin, and we're going to do 2 shots here, which is 60 milliliters. So 1 and 2. So those are the 2 shots of gin. Then we're going to take our Stoli vodka or any other Russian vodka. And for this one, we're going to do 20 milliliters. All right. After we have our Russian vodka in there, now we're going to take the Lillet Blanc or Cocchi Americano, whichever one that you have. And for this one, we're going to do 2 teaspoons. 1, 2. Okay. Okay, so now we have our gin in there. We have our Russian vodka. And then we also have our Lillet Blanc. We're ready to shake it now. Let's put our top on. And then we shake it vigorously, as the book says, making sure that everything stays nice and cold. So then we're going to take our frosted glass and our cold shaker cup. And now we're going to put it into the glass. There we go. And then we're going to take our lemon and we're going to peel off a piece. Have our lemon piece. We're going to squeeze some of it in. Get some of the juice. And then we can either put it on the side, something like that, or I'm just going to put it right inside. And gents, there you have it. The Vesper Martini, just like James Bond would make it. Let's try it. That's quite good. Strong. This is truly a great option if you're having some people over and you want to make a drink at your place to show off your skills. It also helps that the drink looks very classy, very nice and presentable. So it's perfect for a classy night with friends. I would definitely recommend this. I would say, for me personally, this is maybe an 8 out of 10. Gentlemen, now you know how to make the famous Vesper Martini up to 007 standards. I hope that you gents enjoyed this video. And if there's any other drinks that you had in mind and wanted me to create a video for, please let me know in the comments below and I'll see if I can create them as well. As I mentioned, I'll be posting one of these every other week so that you can learn how to drink just like James Bond. So if you like this video, please give it a like as it helps out the channel, and join the club and subscribe if you like gentlemen's content. I upload weekly content ranging from long form discussions with successful men over some tasty drinks like the Vesper Martini, to shorter form content on topics that a gentleman or any classy man would be interested in. You can check out some of our other videos by visiting the links at the end of this video. And gents, thank you for watching, and until next time, cheers.